the images of, you know, on one side is Claire's picture, but on the other side is plant-based dietitians, and it has a lot of images related to, you know, one is fruits and vegetables, and below that is, you know, a plan for morning, noon, snack, and supper. And it's just, I'm the kind of person that likes this. It's you know, it's a summary of you know, of the different dishes that you have. I mean, that, you know, you would recommend for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and so on. And then below that is the global analysis, I think, and then below that is ingredients for red lentil Thai. So I'm very, yeah, it makes an impression, you know, that you guys are serious. I mean, you have a
thing. That's our profession.
Yeah. So the reason why I'm wanting to find, what I want to find out is, you know, I'm very, I know that nutrition is a key to health and wellness generally, and I know that the cardiovascular system has to be in good shape in order to deliver the nutrients to where it needs to be. And I'm thinking that with the right nutrients and the right you know, intake of plant-based, you know, I'm leaning towards plant-based whole food nutrition, that it may be able to help facilitate improvements. I mean, that's what our body is wanting, and, you know, not processed foods. So
right.
that's the backstory of what I'm focused on and trying to, and I think that the best approach is to find someone in the Philadelphia area that would be of help, and is the assumption that I'm making in terms of it may be something that would help with her dementia and Alzheimer's, would be a good place to start, and have someone coach her and her caregiver to move in that direction.
Yeah. So you're asking for her?
Yeah.
Okay. So I used to live close by Philly, but it is it's an online platform that we use.
Absolutely.
So we use Zoom.
Yes.
I'm licensed in the state of Pennsylvania, so I don't know if that is going to help.
Yes, it will.
Currently, we're not.
I mean, you could be in Ukraine. I don't care.
Okay.
You know,
yeah.
the online platform is, you know, is global, basically.
Yeah.
These days.
Absolutely.
So.
Absolutely. Although I can't practice globally, but yeah, I can practice in the U.S. So that's where the location is, talking about the dementia and so on. So dementia normally, you know, you probably know, I'm speaking to the choir here, starts many, many, many years before it actually shows up and it's recognized. And so by working on the lifestyle factors, you know, eating, activity, stress, sleep, those things can help the brain to fire better. I'm not necessarily going to say it's going to cure or make the dementia.
Understood.
Turn around. But even.
But I can tell you that doctors like Michael Clapper and others tend to think that that's a useful path to go towards.
Yeah. I mean, optimizing the nutrition.
And that's basically, as human
yeah.
beings, that's what we, it's not Lay's potato chips or processed foods.
Right.
It's
Right.
the nutrients that your cells are looking for. And I don't know if you are familiar with someone named Dr. Casey Means.
Her name sounds familiar.
Okay, what she did was she was a surgeon at Stanford, and 9 years of study and becoming certified. But before she graduated, she decided to she was an ear, nose, and throat and surgeon, and she decided to quit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I had to pull up. Yeah, I'm very familiar with her.
Good energy. So, that says a lot in terms of basically underpowered mitochondria, which makes is the root cause of all. Her conclusion is the root cause of all diseases.
Right.
Depending on what vital organ is affected, it'll show up differently. Heart attack or stroke or but that's what her conclusion was, and that's why she wrote the book. But so I'm not so focused on this disease can be cured by that protocol as I am in the science of how our bodies are dependent on what we put in our mouths, basically.
So we're talking about nutrition play a big role in that.
Yeah, the main thing that I'm wanting to determine what I described to you is that in terms of helping, does that sound plausible as a process that might help her improve? Because it seems that it would help because of the fact that that's what we thrive on. And plant-based whole foods seems to be a pretty successful in helping people with those issues.
Yeah.
In general.
So, how far is her dementia?
Well, it's almost 5 years now, because it was in 2020 when she initially contacted me. And this is just to establish if it's something that's feasible. I mean, you're more familiar with the type of clientele you deal with and
right.
The types of issues that they have. The way I look at it is something is better than nothing. I've tried to provide her caregiver information, but basically he needs help in coming up with something that he can follow other than the standard run of the mill various diets that are out there. I think that from what I've been able to research, the whole food plant-based, which is animal-free, free of animals and eggs and milk and stuff like that, would likely have some benefits.
Sure.
Again, I'm not looking for a guarantee, but I mean, I'm comfortable enough with what I've seen to think it would be the step in the right direction, and that's all I'm, confirmation that, I mean, not confirmation, but seems like a good approach.
Yeah, so I would approach it, I would optimize her gut biome, the intestinal tract, making sure enough fiber and a variety so that her blood can be good blood. Also, I would optimize her and make sure she has good levels of certain vitamins So that would, check her blood sugar,
Yeah.
not blood sugar, check her like vitamin D and some B12, check a couple of vitamins in her blood to make sure it's all optimized. And another thing my approach would be, because all these things create an environment for the brain to be able to fire. I also would work on making sure she has enough certain types of fats that are anti-inflammatory, and also again work with the firing of the brain. It would be like some flax seeds, some ground flax seeds.
Yeah, you're talking about whole food plant-based fats.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and because first of all, she's a female and she's postmenopause and she has dementia. There would be a couple of supplements.
Yeah.
Of course, there would be, as little as possible, because some people, I think, do too many supplements. But there are certain things that we can get in high amounts in foods as a vegan. So we'd supplement with it, and that would also create an environment for the brain to fire well.
Let me, primarily, what you're describing would be useful for her caregiver to hear.
I mean, that's just the approach I would take.
Yeah.
It just, it's like, when you have an older car and things are wearing out, so you just make sure, your fluids are all in the car, and it's as optimal as it can be for the age of the car.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's the approach I would take. I would optimize as many parts of her lifestyle as possibly can be, which will give her the most opportunity for the brain not to be burdened because, she's constipated, or not to be burdened because she doesn't have enough of certain nutrients, so the spark plugs can't spark as well. So just making sure the environment is set up where it is as good as possible. That would be the approach I'd take with the dementia, especially, more and more research is coming out. We see more dementia in females because after they stop cycling, there's less estrogen, and estrogen helps the brain to fire. It doesn't mean that she should be supplementing estrogen because she's too far past that. That's advised against after age 60, but it does tell us a couple of things, that if it would be caught sooner, or if she would have done maybe some hormone replacement earlier in her life, probably could have pushed that dementia out. So at this point, just optimizing the nutrients, the nutrition, I would optimize her blood sugar, and that's the approach I would take with that.
Let me ask you, how would you determine her, and I'm not sure if she would need, I know she would need lab work in order to determine whether something's working or not. That would.
And she might have lab work that I can look at.
Okay, so
Yeah.
she would need a separate professional to order the lab work.
I can order the lab work. The insurance is not going to, I'm not talking elaborate. I just want to know some vitamin levels.
Yeah.
I want to know like what her blood sugar is doing, and that's not a regular blood sugar. It's, some other test. So her primary care probably would be totally fine ordering that. I can order it too.
Okay.
But it doesn't always run through insurance that way.
Yeah. Well, in other words, it'll be out of pocket.
Yeah.
Okay,
But again,
not a
we're
problem.
looking at a test.
Not a
Probably
problem.
altogether at around $100.
It's not a problem.
Yeah.
What is
I'm not talking.
What is?
Some practitioners order a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I like to do as little as possible because it's a cost, and just say, okay, what are things we can change? What are things we can work on? And then, figure those things out.
I think that you have a protocol that you use, and I can tell you that out of pocket is not going to be an issue.
Okay.
So I think that I feel that I'm on the right track, and I'm comfortable with your style. And I get your style from how you put together your your website.
Okay.
That speaks volumes. I'm retired aerospace And I started my career in 1980 when I joined I was sent to Guam to support the shuttle program. And, I did that for a couple of years, and later I was at Johnson, my company supporting operations and maintenance contract with USA. I think it was Boeing at the time. But my role has always been researching issues and problems and resolving them over and above my normal duties. I was lucky to have a director that let me roam free and be
That's
creative.
awesome. Yeah.
So, I did quite well with that. But even in retirement, I still have a skill set that allows me
Sure.
to drill down deep into issues and coming up with the solutions that make sense to me. And that's how I got, I went from Michael
Clopper.
Clapper, Michael Greger and Michael Clapper and others. I zeroed in on that's in the Philadelphia area. And I'm not sure it sounds like you're not actually in Philadelphia anymore.
No. We
Where are
moved
you?
south. I'm in close to Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Oh, so I can tell you one of my favorite places in Tennessee is not Chattanooga, but I come back to that. Memphis is my place. I'm a dancer, and I'm sure you've had a chance to visit. Have you?
No, I've been to Knoxville's close by, and I've been to Nashville, and I've been to Atlanta. But I haven't been to Memphis.
Yeah, it'll be a treat for you because it's 3 blocks of music. I mean, it's called Beale Street, and it's a fun place to visit. Now, I can tell you that I've driven across the Smoky Mountains along 40 and from, I guess, Knoxville to Cherokee. And when you're up in, when the clouds are there and you're driving through it and the soothing music, when you're in an airplane, you're in clouds too, but it has a special feeling, relaxation,
Yay.
driving across there, and
Yeah.
especially with the music enhancing the trip as you're driving across there. So I'm, really, it's a nice place. What's it, Gatlinburg?
Gatlinburg. Yeah.
Yeah. So
It's a little ways for me, but
yeah, you're in a good place. But you got to go. You got to visit Memphis. I mean,
one of these days. I mean, it's on the list, but yeah.
So you used to be in Philly. I mean, in that
Philly
area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There for over 20 years.
Yeah. Well, Anyway, so in order to start, I mean, what is your fees?
Yeah.
And go ahead.
I think you got an email telling you, reminding you of this appointment.
Yes.
So it is on the back end. It's on the bottom of that email, but
Okay.
I will be happy to go over it with you.
Okay.
So because we work with individual and every individual is a little bit different, people will always want to know how many sessions is it going to take, to get on a good program.
Yeah, that's
So
not.
we always say we can't really tell just from talking a couple of minutes.
Yeah, and
But
that's not a question.
We can tell you at least 2, because the first one would be, we'll have to understand a little bit of any medications people on, what they're currently doing. So the first hour, I'm asking a lot of questions.
Can I say
points.
something?
And
Can I
so
say something?
Sure.
You're comfortable to work with. That's what I'm sensing, and that's what's needed. And take this to your head, but that kind of person is worth their weight in gold, because it's just something that makes it comfortable. Just going by what I hear from you.
Yeah.
I'm taking that as your style of doing things for your business, and it's welcoming.
Thank you.
So,
Because we're all unique.
Hmm?
So we don't. Yeah, we have knowledge.
Yes.
But we do. It's going to be applied. Everybody's a little bit different.
Yeah.
So yeah, what you hear is how it's going to go. You know, it's. But in order to help people make it affordable, or just to help them with their financial planning, we always say at least 2 sessions. But in reality, I hardly have people that only do 2 sessions, and then we pass on a discount. And the sessions can be an hour or a half an hour. Initially, it's going to be an hour because we're trying to establish a new protocol.
Yeah. Understood.
And implement. So we give a 5% discount for 4 sessions.
Okay.
We give a 10% discount for 8, and then 15% for 12. So normally an hour session is $150, but if you go for at least 4, you know, comes down to 142. If we go at least 8, comes down to 135. The sessions don't have to. The package. Those are packages. You don't pay up front. We pay as we go.
Yeah.
So we have a session, and we charge your card.
Yeah. All of that would be beneficial and useful for my son, who's her caregiver. So
Okay.
what I'll do is put you guys together, and you can but it's affordable, so that's not an issue. So you were initially were you born and raised in Philly, or what, or nearby suburb, or in that area?
No, well, I live 2 hours, because Philly, the traffic is horrendous. We live in the Reading area for over 20 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Along
Yeah, I
78.
consider myself a northerner amongst the people in the South.
So you
Yeah.
you had a chance to sample the restaurant, the family restaurants along the Turnpike.
Well, because I'm a vegan vegetarian, the family restaurants are not friendly towards that. So
Yeah, it was kind of a novel thing for me. So I based on what you're saying, you didn't sample the South Philly cheesesteaks.
No, not at all. No scrapple, no Philly
Wow.
cheesesteaks, no, none of that. No.
You need to get out more and live.
Yeah, really.
Splunge.
I did sample shoe fly pie, which is from the Amish.
Yeah.
It's a molasses type pie, but
Yeah.
I should get out more for sure, but not with the chili cheesesteak. No way.
Oh well. Anyway.
Yeah, normally I send a link, and the first session can be booked. I don't know if you need to talk to your son first.
I will.
And go
I
from
need
there.
to. His name is Nova Tucker. So
Okay.
I'll put. Children don't typically listen to their parents, but it's been a long 5 years almost or so that no progress has been made. So it's likely that he'll take this and contact you and run with it. I think it will be a good fit, but he's the one that has to. He's her caregiver, so we'll see.
Yes,
But
I
I will highly recommend that he contact you. And I guess this the number that he would use, or is there a form that he would fill out online?
Yeah. So the website that you went to, it's called Plant Based.
Yes.
RDS. Yeah. So I'm currently actually on my husband's phone because I don't know why my cellular
okay.
ability dropped. But the first number.
You didn't pay your light bill. You didn't pay your light bill.
No, I didn't pay the bill. Yeah, I have no idea. He's like, well, I have all bars. I said, give me your phone.
Yeah. Have you ever been out?
that-
Have you ever been out to Utah?
No,
Okay.
it's on the bucket list.
Take a look at. It has one of the best of the national parks. It's called Zion
Yeah.
National Park. Are you familiar with it?
Yeah, I mean, it's, as I said, it's on the bucket list.
Well, I run an Airbnb out here, and when you guys are ready, if you want, I'll give you the website. I do Airbnb, Booking.com, and a couple of VRBO. So any one of those, you'll be able to do that. And my setup is, I only do rooms. I have 4 bedrooms with 4 private baths, but basically for most people, that's what's adequate for a place to rest. And
Sure.
I'm 20 miles from Zion, and
Okay.
I do photography, and I'll send you a sample of what that is. I can send it to your phone or your husband's
Yeah.
phone, or I can
Sure.
put it in an email. I do nighttime landscape photography,
Oh, wow.
and this is the best place to do
Big
that kind
sky.
of work. To
Yeah.
do that kind of work. So, anyway, I appreciate the time that you spent, and I'm pretty sure that based on your skill set and what you have to offer, if you guys connect, I'm pretty sure it will be a good fit. So,
Okay.
we'll,
Yeah, you can go through the website. I will also send you a link through your phone. That will give you a link
do you
to schedule an appointment.
it would be better to do it through my email address if that's possible.
Your email?
Yeah.
Sure, I can do that too.
Do you want me to text the email address to you, or
Let
do you
me
have it?
see. I have Bill Tucker 5 at msn.com.
Yes.
Okay,
Okay.
very good. Very good, Bill. It was a pleasure talking to you, and I will see what your son says.
You sound just like your website, the layout of your website. You sound great. So
Thank you.
we'll see what happens. I cross my fingers, and I'll pass the information on to him, and hopefully he'll take the information and run with it.
Okay, sounds
Okay.
good.
And
You have a
great
good
talking to
day,
you.
Bill.
Great talking to you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye bye.